Once upon a time, in a meadow filled with giant, glowing flowers and buzzing digital bees, lived a very special snake named Sid. Sid was friendly, bright green. And he had a very distinguished sense of style. Look at that dapper boaty, today. Sid was playing his favorite game, hide and seek. He found a perfect spot behind some tall blades of grass. But there was one tiny problem. No matter how well he hid, that bright boaty always poked out for everyone to see nearby. Barnaby the bunny and Daisy the duck were looking for some morning adventures. Suddenly, Barnaby spotted something green and wiggly moving in the shadows. Oh, look, Daisy, a strange moving vine. It looks a bit messy, Daisy chirped. Barnaby agreed. Let's give this vine a little prune and make the meadow tidy, as Barnaby tried to prune the vine. Sid felt a tickle like he'd never felt before. He wiggled and jiggled. Sid jumped out of the grass, spinning around in a silly dance. Hey, watch out, that's my tail. Sid tried to explain he was a snake, but every time he tried to hiss, it sounded like a cheerful slide whistle. Barnaby and Daisy didn't run away. Instead, they started to giggle. That's the funniest vine I've ever heard. I'm Sid, the snake whistled. I was trying to hide. But my boaty gave me away again, didn't it? Daisy adjusted her sun hat. Well, Sid, since you're so fast at wiggling, how about a race to the pond? The great grass race begins now, shouted Barnaby. Ready, set, go, and they were off. Sid used his slithering skills to zip under the low clover leaves, taking secret shortcuts. Barnaby showed off his incredible hops, jumping high over giant dandelions like they were tiny pebbles. Don't count out Daisy. She waddled with fierce determination, her little sun hat flapping in the wind. The meadow became a blur of color. Sid zigged while the others zagged, everyone trying to take the lead. Suddenly, a giant fallen log blocked the path. Barnaby prepared for his biggest jump yet. Sid didn't jump. He slid right through a small hole in the wood, popping out the other side with a whistle. Daisy found a puddle and used it to slide along like a little yellow surfboard. Whee! The finish line was just ahead the edge of the sparkling blue pond. It was going to be close with one final leap, one final waddle, and one final slither. They all crossed the line together. It's a tie, panted Barnaby, collapsing onto the soft moss. Everyone was exhausted but very happy. To celebrate, Sid found a bush full of the sweetest, juiciest red berries. Snack time, everyone. They shared the berries and told stories about their favorite parts of the race. You know, Sid, Daisy said, for a vine, you're a pretty great friend. Sid's boaty glowed in the twilight, and for a gardener and a surfer, you two are the best. The sun began to dip below the horizon, painting the meadow in gold and purple shadows. They realized that it didn't matter if you were a snake, a bunny, or a duck. Adventure is better with friends. And Sid finally learned the best way to hide by staying right out in the open with his new best friends. So if you're ever in the sunny meadow and see a boaty in the grass, don't worry. It's just Sid. Thanks for joining our meadow adventure. We'll see you next time for more funny stories.